Love Through Sewing, another outfit I made for my mum. If you want to see, keep watching. Hi sewing friends, I'm Karina. This is Lifting Pins and Needles, a channel all about sewing, limitless sewing. Thank you so much for all your love with my denim jackets yesterday. I am overwhelmed with all the comments and all the lovely feedback I've had on those special projects. I really did put a lot of effort into them, and I knew they were going to be special projects for me. And also, you know, a lot of work goes into the videos and the edit and everything, so I'm glad you appreciate that. Also, thank you so much for you who have come over from Whitney's channel. It was a very, very fun collaboration. So if you haven't watched that video where I showed you 2 denim jackets and a collaboration with Whitney from Tomcat Stitchery, after you watch this video, go back and see that one. It's one of the ones I'm mostly proud of the makes and of the video. So head over there if you haven't seen. Today I am back with Love Through Sewing, a series I said I was gonna start where I show the garments I make for my parents, my family members, people that I really love. So this is what I'm showing you today. This is an outfit I made for my mum. 2 garments out of the same fabric. This fabric I purchased on the very, very last day I was in Bolivia. We had our plane tickets for that night. We were flying at night. So in the morning, I rushed over to the nearest town that was about 6 kilometers away. It was a town where they had street markets and where I used to purchase fabric. So I thought, you know, it's the last day, I might find something. And I went over there and found a really, really cool cotton lawn. Very nice print. Mum showed it when we did that little Mum Raids My Stash video when she chose fabrics from my stash, and she'd been eyeing that fabric for a long time. You know, I always knew she wanted it and that I was eventually going to make her clothes with it. So I'm super happy that that's a reality now. The first garment I made her from this fabric was a Kosice top. And I've made this in both the tops and the dress versions from each to stitch. I have a whole video about the construction. It's such a unique design, the way everything is constructed on the inside, the way the seams are finished with French seams, and the neckline with a different type of bias binding, and the shoulders. I mean, it's just a really unique design. And my mum, when she saw the video of me, you know, wearing them, she's like, I like that. And this cotton lawn was one of the recommended fabrics. It's really, really adequate for this type of design. It's a lightweight cotton, so it doesn't make any bulky seams, you know, where the French seams go, and it's just the perfect fabric. So what I did to make this process easier, I got her to try on my one. So if you watch my video, you'll see all the sizes I chose. Basically, I made a 12 at the bust sort of area and then blended out to a 14 at the hips. So I knew that my hips have always been larger than my mum's, you know, but our upper body is sort of quite similar. So the 12 to 14 that I did for her, what I needed to adapt was the 12 to 10. So I had to make her hips smaller and blend in. So from a 12 to a 10. Now on my version, I had dropped the bust dart by 1 inch. For her, I had to return that dart to its original position. So just bring it up the inch and make it like the original pattern is, and that fits her fine. The other change she wanted, and that was like a bigger change, you know. She thought the neckline was a bit too low for her. It's fine for me, you know, like we all have different preferences in that department. I think the height of necklines is really personal and everyone's comfortable with different amounts, you know. She's never gonna have a neckline up to here, but she likes it a bit higher. Like I'm wearing this neckline now and I'm super happy with it. She would want it like there. I know that. So 1.5 inches is what she wanted it higher, because this neckline has a shape and a whole business going on with the integrated placket and everything. It's not just like, oh, I'll just cut it up higher and that's it. You have to do a little process to it, not hard, and that is what I've covered in Up Close and So Personal. So let's hop into that.
Don't you think this is starting to wear on me? You've been raining down like hail. I'm weak. I have tried to give you.
This is the center front of the top, and I'm gonna draw a line here so you can see, I've already drawn it, but you can't see it. This is the center of the top. So all this is like the integrated placket there that you can see that it's folded twice. Because it's folded twice and it's been trued, is that you get that little triangle there on the top. Now what my mum wants is the neckline to be higher. So she's tried on my top and she's measured about 1.5 inches higher. So I've just, from that center line there, I'm just going to extend that up. So plus 1.5 inches higher there. And so from there, with the curved ruler, I've just drawn a line, found a curve that I like to match up to the point there of the neckline, and this is where the raglan sleeve is going to be sewn onto, so I don't want to mess with that. So that stays the same, and then the curve just goes from there to this higher point there that she would like. So I need to fold this and make the same shape up here on the top, so that this neckline is trued when I cut it out and I sew it. I can't just like make a line like this, you know, and cut it without truing it, or else it's not gonna match. And then that's how you can tell something's like done really poorly. So I'm just gonna trim excess paper out, and actually I'm gonna cut this and extend it up because I know that that's correct. I just want the shape up here to be correct. So I'm gonna go ahead and fold this twice as I would the fabric. So this first fold there is the one that's interfaced, and then the second fold is the one that catches the bias binding underneath. So this is actually how the pattern is sewn, and you can see the line of my neckline through the paper there. So I'm just going to go ahead and cut there. There. So you can see this is my new neckline. This placket, integrated placket, has been trued, the neckline has been raised, and this is how I'm going to sew the top for my mum. I'm going to use the same front neck bias tape piece that we have that I have to fold, and you can see that on the other video. This might be a little bit longer because when I raised the neckline, the curve got a bit shorter. But this is easily adaptable, you know, like I can still use the same piece and just trim off the excess there. I hope you enjoyed that. You can do it yourself. You can raise it, you know, if you just want to raise it 1/2 inch or 2 inches, you can sort of follow this guideline. Use your French curve and just draw out another one and then true it up, just like I did on the top. So I hope that was helpful. Now, because mum has left and she's taken the clothes with her, I don't have the garment to show you here like I usually do. I have filmed the details before she left, actually the night before she left. The same day I broke my camera, so yeah, I was in no condition to appear on screen. So I just filmed the garment, and that is what you're going to see next. This is my mum's Kosice top, made from this really nice printed cotton lawn in shades of green. She loves this fabric, so do I. I think there's a little bit of like leopard print there that is like very subtle. It's a very nice print, and I love how the print turned out, like this shade, like area of brownish there in the middle with more yellows to the side. I think it's a really cool top. There you can see the elasticated raglan sleeves there that make the shoulders fit really well. There, the two V necklines in the front and the back. My mum wanted a little bit higher necklines. You saw how I altered that to give her more coverage on the top there. That was her personal preference. We used metal buttons, sort of camouflage within the print there. Now, there is a button that is way too low there, and that was not planned. And it's because after the second or third fitting, I'd already done the buttonholes. It was basically the last fitting, and she thought she wanted it a bit shorter. So I shortened it, and that's why that buttonhole turned out so on the edge. But oh well, she thought it would look better a bit shorter. There is the back view, the other V neckline. I had to do little dots there on the back for her for some waist shaping. She's a very big fan of waist shaping, as I am. You know, I copy her, so I get that from her. She's always wanted dots everywhere, so I put some little dots there on the back, and I'm going to turn this inside out so you can see. As I've shown you in my original Kosice dress and top video, there are raglan sleeves with French seams everywhere. It's finished really neatly. French seams there on the back seam, everywhere. And so here you can see little dots that start there, go to her natural waist. They aren't big, they're 3/8 of an inch deep there. So 3/4 of an inch I'm taking out from there, and then they go down to there. In essence, with these 2 dots, I am removing 1.5 inches out of the waist circumference, but just on the back to give some waist shaping like she wants. The hem has been done by hand on the bottom and for the sleeves. Now, so mom gets what she wants. She gets a higher neckline, she gets back dots, she gets a little bit shorter top. All good because she can request, and I'm the seamstress that can customize it to exactly what she wants. So isn't that cool? Now to match this, I made her a skirt, and I didn't use a pattern for this. I self-drafted it. I like self-drafting skirts, especially for my mom. You know, it's just easier. I know her measurements, I know her body, I know everything, so I can just whip it up and draw it on a piece of paper really quickly. I have a full video explaining how to draft your own skirt block on the channel. It's very detailed. I even have myself in a little slip measuring myself, so you know what to do. It's not that difficult at all. So if you haven't watched that, you can watch. I'm putting the photo of the thumbnail video so you can recognize it. I'll link it in the cards and in the description box. So after drafting that, she said, I want a flounce at the bottom. I want a half circle flounce all around the skirt. So I drafted the flounce, and yeah, it's not gonna fit in the fabric, is it? It was just gonna fit to have a half circle flounce on the back, and I think it's a really nice feature for a skirt like this, because in the front you just have like a pencil style look, and then you turn around and there's this flounce going on at the back. So I think I like that style as well. I have actually made a skirt just like the one I made my mum. I made it while I was living in Bolivia in a red linen. I have a full video, and the focus of that video actually was how to line the skirt. But at the beginning of the video, I also showed you how to adapt the pencil skirt to have that flounce at the bottom. So it's very detailed there. The only difference that I did for this version was that the flounce is longer, because the total length of the skirt for my mum is longer. She doesn't wear skirts above the knee like I do. She wears them below the knee, midi length. That is her preferred length. And actually, it has always been. Even when I'm thinking back when I was 15 and she was in her 40s, she always wore the midi skirt, and that differs to me because I'm 40 and I'm still wearing them above the knee. Yeah, but you know, length of skirts as height of necklines is very personal as well, and she gets to decide where she wants it, and that's what I do. So the flounce is just a little bit lower, but the concept and how is very detailed in that video. I'm going to put the thumbnail here so you can see, and you can head back there in time about 2 years ago, and I showed it very, very detailed. The difference with this skirt though is that it's not lined, and I'm going to show you the details of the skirt now. Have a look at those. This is the front. The front is the regular pencil skirt, nothing different there. There are 2 waist darts that you can't see because of the print, and there is a rectangle waistband on the top. This is the back. The back is also cut on the fold, but the skirt from the pencil skirt is only 14 inches long from the waist down to there. And from there is a seam, and there is a half circle flounce there. So when she walks, the back drapes beautifully. Now, because this hem is all curved from the flounce, the hem has been done with bias binding to follow that shape. There is a sneaky seam in the middle of the flounce. It was the only way I could get that flounce out of the fabric I had. The zipper is on the hip. It's a centered zipper insertion there. And I actually prefer to have the waistband overlap with the button and just have the zipper reach there instead of putting the zipper into the waistband. I think this gives the skirt more strength at the waist, and it doesn't make this area of the zipper have so much pressure on the top. So when I can, I try to do this finish. The waistband inside has been top stitched, folded up like that. All the seams have been pressed open. I really wanted to line this skirt, but I'd run out of lining fabric, and Mum says she doesn't really need it because she can wear it with a slip. Look how the back drapes with the flounce. I'm filming outside. I keep looking at the floor to see if there's spiders because I'm not kidding you. I saw a spider the size of my hand run into the grass the other day, and I haven't been wanting to come out here that much. Yeah. Okay, let's see the whole outfit on, the top and the skirt. I got Mum to model out here the other day, just over there where there's some cement. And let's have a look. Here is Mum with her top and her skirt. You can see the shortened length sort of matches the skirt better. Had I left it longer, I don't think it would have been right. You can see where I've tapered the hips into her size 10. The flounce at the back is awesome. You can't see the sneaky little seam I put into the flounce because the print is so busy. I think it flows really nicely. Now up close you can see the neckline where she wanted it to be. It's not excessively high, just a little bit higher. Makes her feel more comfortable. Full shot of her. I think the drape is just right with this cotton lawn because it's not floppy, but it's not sticking out either. So it makes the feature of the skirt pop out a bit more. The top is perfect. Look how nicely it fits her neckline and her shoulders and everything, her bust. It's just a great fit for her and a great style. I'm so happy to have made this outfit for her. Dad was super impressed. My mum loves green. She loves this print. She's going to stand out wherever she goes with this outfit, and I think she looks amazing.
I have tried to give you my soul, but you can't love something you own. It's too late to repair what we made. What can I do? Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon. The sun don't rise, all the light is gone from me and you. Time flashed by and I woke up on the other side of the moon.
As I mentioned, I was upping the frequency of the videos because I have a gap I need to fill in. YouTube doesn't like it when you take a break. So I'm trying to get back into my normal rhythm. And tomorrow I have a really exciting video for you in my Pinned Into Reality series. I am super excited about this one because I feel that I have my creative juices fully flowing now, and I'm super pumped about this one. So keep an eye out for tomorrow's video, Pinned Into Reality. I'm not telling you what it is, but it's basically I see a ready to wear garment and then I do my spin to it and show you how I did that. If you're enjoying all the content I'm putting up very frequently, consider subscribing to the channel. Tap on that bell so you never miss when I upload a video full of sewing tips and tricks that will break down the limits for your sewing. Also like and comment because I will reply. Why not spend a few more hours watching the channel? There are hundreds of videos here for your sewing learning and entertainment. See you tomorrow. Bye!
To